Wow, has it been a long time since I have made a YouTube video. A few things that we're going to update today. I did a couple things over the past few months. We moved, got a different house, changed my wife's car from a Volkswagen Jetta TDI to a 2018 Atlas. As many of you know, I reviewed an Atlas before, loved it. So we ended up getting one ourselves. It's an SE with tech, so it's not super loaded, but it's got some pretty cool features. But the big news today is I finally got new wheels. So I'm gonna put new wheels on. We're gonna talk about that. A couple things I wanna figure out is the weight difference between the factory wheels with the spacers I have and the wheels I have. Everybody tells me they'll fit just fine, even with me being lowered on Sportline springs. So offset should be good. We should be good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and start jacking up the car, getting the wheels off. I'm gonna weigh one of these back wheels and then we'll see if there's any difference. I'll show you those numbers. It's an old school scale, so don't expect like awesome like digital readout where it's perfectly accurate, but we should be able to figure out the difference. Okay, so this big meaty wheel is showing right at 60 pounds. We'll see how much difference that is with the stocks. Okay, here's what I took off. So I have the spacer on there too, because we're losing that. And we're up about maybe 3 pounds, 2 pounds, 3 pounds difference. So I went wider and saved weight. So these wheels are definitely lighter. Well, it's a different day, obviously, but for those of you who know, probably on Instagram is what you've been watching, where you saw where I've posted, but I did end up going with Project 6 GR 5s. They are 19 by 10 in the front, 19 by 11 in the rear. I have 325s on the rear and 285s on the front. I went with the Michelin PS4 tires. Basically, I wanted to probably get the best tire I could on there for streetability, and you know, I don't have a ton of horsepower. As you know, all I have is like intake headers and a tune, so not really a high horsepower car, so I don't need a really aggressive tire. I just wanted to get something that would pair well with what I got and good for street use. So, but why did I go with Project 6 GR? Basically, to be honest with you, the simpleness and the concave of the wheel, I just love it. I think it looks really good. I love the gloss black on the gloss black. I do have black lug nuts coming. Another reason really why I went with them is, from what I understand, Project 6 GR designed the wheels specifically for the S550 Mustang. So I knew fitment was gonna be on point. I knew it was not gonna be an issue with going aggressively wide, and I just knew they fit. And the funny thing is, I was still nervous. When I ordered 325s, I still was nervous. Like, will these fit under my rear wheels? Will the front rub? Will I have any issues? And so far, no. I actually, with my previous setup with the spacers and the stock wheels, my front driver's side would rub every so often on really heavy highway dips. I would hear just real light. No issues with this setup. It actually fits just a little bit better than what I had before, which is awesome, which I'm super excited about. But a couple other little updates is I actually did update the exhaust. Before, it was just the Texas Speed long tube headers with cats and the stock resonator and no mufflers, and it just sounded terrible. It was just super raspy and just way too much. It didn't sound good at all. So I had Brad Schumann from Schumann's Exhaust Care actually build me what I wanted. everybody tends to want to do an X pipe and some sort of high flow muffler, and it still just has a ton of rasp. And I really don't like the raspy sound. Some guys love it, not for me. So doing some research on other cars and how they sounded, I wanted an H pipe, a resonated H pipe, and some high flow mufflers. Now, the hard part there is I didn't want to spend a ton of money. AWE makes one, sounds pretty good, but I wanted to try to build one of my own and see if I could get the sound I wanted out of it. I'm pretty happy with it. I think we could go a little bit smaller resonator just after the H pipe to bring a little more volume into it, but it has a really, really deep tone now and very, very little rasp. So what he did was he did resonated H pipes and a high flow muffler, and I think it sounds great. Also got black tips on there now, and those are fantastic. So I'm pretty happy with how the car's sitting now. I know it's been a while since I've done any updates, but there you have it. I'll try to get a sound clip for you of how the exhaust sounds. One thing that I forgot to mention is that I did actually save weight going to these wheels as well. So basically I saved, I believe it was almost 5 pounds per wheel up front. That's including the spacers that I did have on there. I did save about 2 pounds per wheel in the rear, including the spacers. I think if I didn't have the spacers on, it was about same for same. So, I mean, they were 60 pounds, and I believe the wheels I took off were 60 pounds. So wheel to wheel wise, I mean, I went much wider in the rear, and I have a lot more tire in the rear now as well. But that savings, I mean, is awesome. And I would chalk up a lot of the savings too in the front. So I would say probably wheel to wheel, it's about 3 pounds difference per wheel, which is pretty good. But I would say most of that too probably came from the tires alone. From what I understand, these Michelin tires are pretty good weight. They're not super heavy. The Pirellis that we're on, I think those are a little bit heavier tire as well. And same thing in the rear. I think actually the Firestone Firehawks I had before were actually kind of a heavy tire, if you will. So I did save weight there, which is a good thing. Anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. I don't update much anymore, but we're going to keep it going as much as we can. So thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll have some reviews coming again soon. But thanks again. Have an awesome day.